POCO is a 2D/3D hybrid point-and-click adventure developed by Whaleful Games, where you play a little clown called POCO that gets banished from the circus and must navigate his way around this land of lost things to find his way back home. To do so, he goes around meeting a bunch of different creatures that all need different things and are willing to help POCO by giving him parts of a rocket ship so he can get back up to the circus. This includes helping an artist make new paint so he can finish his artwork, gathering ingredients and cooking a meal for a very hungry guy, and bringing a bug band back together after a falling out. My friend DB actually recommended this game to me after last week's show, seeing Kathy Rain, and it's free on Steam, so I decided to give it a spin on the Steam Deck. Now, first things first, as we're all seeing right here, the artistic direction of POCO is nothing short of perfect. The 2D, like, painted art style is just delightful, and then the little 3D sprites are...
They work really well with each other too. Normally they can clash heaps, like this is like a 3D object
They complement
in
each
a
other
room where it
so
shouldn't
well.
be.
Yeah. And then, the kooky characters and their designs, they just really did it for me, right? There were also these like really goofy parts that I loved, specifically when you meet this worm in a cave and decide to just fold him into a balloon dog because you are a clown, and then every time you return to his house there's a different scene, like his wife finding him as a dog and freaking out, and then you go away and come back and the police have showed up to investigate him being turned into a balloon dog. And this was also my first time playing a point and click on Steam Deck.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it actually worked really, really well. I found myself jumping between using the thumb pad and the touch screen to do different mini games, which had absolutely no issues whatsoever. The mini games themselves are really delightful as well. They were all really unique in their execution, but very simple. The rhythm game was easily my favorite, which came about after you bring the bug band back together for one more performance. And the music in the mini game, as well as the whole game, absolutely rocks. Josh, if I could, I sent Josh. So there we go. If we could get sound
Crank
up
the
a bit.
bug band.
It is a solemn song because one of the bug band died.
Oh.
And was it the horn player? Is that why you were there?
And so you take his place. But it's just so cute.
That is cute.
I can't tell if you're laughing or crying.
I love it so much. And yeah, it's, the one tap rhythm. I did it with my finger, like tapping the screen. It was great. And honestly, I hate to say it, there is nothing I don't like about this game.
After last week, I'm glad.
It is a perfect game to me. Like I've really enjoyed the resurgence of point and click adventures, and this one is no different to the greats to me. It's about an hour long, so I could get through it in a sitting. It felt like one of those games that you find in like a cereal box or a random demo disc that lives in your memories forever.
Yeah, cool.
And it was free. It was
Yeah,
free.
that's wild.
I think everyone should play it, and if they like it, I think they should chuck the Whaleful team some money through Ko-Fi, because they have a little link
Isn't
to
it
that.
coffee?
Coffee, Ko-Fi.
You're buying someone a coffee.
Pretty much.
Yep.
You're buying someone a coffee. That makes sense.
I think it's funny that often on this show we get people calling out like, this is a very Ruby game, or this is a Peter game, or very much a Gus game. And it's true a lot of the time, but then the chat going off being like, little Ruby game,
It's
cute,
a Ruby
weird,
game.
free, bouncy man,
Yeah.
like everything in it. I was like, yeah, this totally...
Every time you walk, he jingles.
So I was going to say that walk cycle alone is what carries this whole game. Someone was like starting the development, made this little clown guy and was like, we got a game on our hands.
You're like,
now."
make him jingle. Make him jingle. There are little bells on him. Make him jingle, please.
Damn cute.
You're so right about like the 3D and the 2D blending in a beautiful way. Like I was trying to see what it is. I think it's just lighting. Like it's all pretty flat. It's not hugely contrasty.
The direction that you're looking at. the image
Yeah,
from
there's
too.
a contextual light map on the 3D assets
That
so that
actually
they look like
matches
they're in
them,
the
yeah.
space, and often that's the thing that they haven't done because they're making a 2D piece of art. They're not lighting it; they're drawing the light. But the way that the green of the grass kind of is bouncing up onto, and the blues when you're in the tunnels, and the warmth when you're in the warm lights.
Because remember the
It
old ones,
really
it
is
did feel
working.
like the old 90s point and clicks, or some of those games that were pushing the 3D model. It's like you're walking around a BMP file. Like you can
Yeah.
feel that like I have grain and like movement, and everything else here is flat, and I'm kind of walking behind cutouts.
But they all feel like they fit. so
Especially when they stop
perfectly.
becoming point and click. Like I feel like a Grim Fandango.
Yes.
Yeah, you're trying to move using the keyboard.
But no,
For
the lighting's
sure.
definitely giving it a whole like extra boost there. But this is damn cute.
It is really cute.
Is it puzzly in terms of like you've got an inventory and you do it? Like again, is there a challenge to that, or is it all pretty obvious?
I'd say it's like pretty obvious. Like at the same time, you know, you got to actively look for things. Like as well, there's like pieces of pictures that you can find, and I found that in my playthrough, every time I clicked on like an animal skull, some like rune came up and a scary noise happened, and I was like, oh, okay.
So they
that
got some
seems to be
stuff hidden there
something.
for a little bit
It's
of a
like
replay.
it's very obviously very adorable. There are some kind of like weirdly like dark elements to it as well.
We saw the dead clown.
We saw the dead clown. You can honk his nose,
Oh, cute.
which is great. You know, the one of the bug band members dies, and like the whole thing is like, when the band broke up, none of them went to see him, and he gave each of them like an item that would help them get into his like secret house. But none of them ever used them because none of them got back together, and all three of them needed to come back together to get into the house because they all had one item that would get them in there. And so you find him dead.
And they're not called the Beatles.
Oh, they're the Beatles.
They are?
They're the Beatles. It's great because one of them has like a little house off to the side, and they're very clearly the Beatles because there's a picture of like the four of them crossing a street.
Nice. Good.
They're the Beatles.
Good. They're the Beatles.
But yeah, it's just so delightful.
Very cute.
You have access to like the whole map from the start. It's just find some stuff, try and find the context that it belongs in, and
Pretty much the only things that are closed off. Like you stumble, you very easily stumble across things as you go that get you to the next part, but they're almost always like directly in front of it or like in the next area next to it. So you're never really getting stumped and stopped in your tracks. The only few times that you are, there's just like one item you need to find, and once you find it, it's very obvious. Like I found a boat, and it was like, you need something to paddle with, and I was like, oh shit, okay. You know, did a little bit of playing, and I found a spoon. And because you are small and everything is small, that spoon is your oar.
spoon is all.
How can you be sad backtracking or looking for something when you move like that? That's
Yeah.
my main thing. You can't be frustrated running back as when you jingle. It's
Yeah,
damn
like
cute.
it's they're
Very cute.
and then, you know, there's the option in the settings to always run. So like if you are feeling like you're going a bit slow, you can go a bit faster.
Can you turn the jingle off?
No, why would you want to?
Well, because remember Ruffy from last week, you can't turn that little guy's voice off, and I was going to strangle that.
I would
little
never
man.
want the jingle off.
Okay,
It
fair
sounded like
call.
last week was a dark week.
It was
It
a dark
was.
week.
Things got dark, man.
Yeah.
But
Everyone
I
hated their video games.
this is one of my favorite games of this year.